Investing is not a game where the guy with the 160 IQ beats the guy with 130 IQ. You know, I've always said that, and I truly believe it. The market doesn't care about your IQ. It cares about your temperament, your patience, and your ability to think for yourself. You don't need to be a genius to be a successful investor, but you do need to have the right mindset. That's why I'm so excited to share these 10 timeless investment strategies with you today. They come directly from my own experience, from years of studying the markets and learning from my mistakes. These tips aren't about getting rich quick. They're about building lasting wealth, the kind that grows steadily over time and provides you with financial security for years to come. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into these 10 powerful strategies. I promise if you take them to heart, they'll change the way you think about investing and set you on the path to long-term success. You know, folks, I've always said that the best investment you can make is in yourself, and that's true in more ways than one. When it comes to putting your hard-earned money to work in the market, one of the smartest things you can do is stick with what you know. What are you passionate about? What industries do you understand? It doesn't have to be fancy. Maybe you're a teacher who sees the value in educational technology, or a car enthusiast who understands the ins and outs of the auto industry. The point is, when you invest in what you know, you're not just buying stocks. You're buying into businesses you understand, businesses you believe in. That kind of knowledge gives you a real edge. It lets you see value where others might not, and it helps you make informed decisions, even when the market gets a little shaky. So, before you jump into the next hot stock tip, take a look around at the world you know. You might be surprised at the opportunities you find right in your own backyard. Let me tell you something, the stock market isn't a casino. It's not about making a quick buck and getting out. It's about owning pieces of great businesses and letting them grow over time. If you're not willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. See, the real magic of compounding happens over the long haul. It's like planting a tree. You don't see much growth at first, but if you give it time, nurture it, and let it weather a few storms, eventually it grows into something strong and magnificent. Stocks are the same way. So tune out the noise, ignore the day-to-day fluctuations, and focus on the long game. Think of yourself as a business owner, not a stock trader. That's how you build real lasting wealth. Now this is one of my favorite pieces of advice, and it's served me well over the years. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. It sounds simple, but let me tell you, it's easier said than done. See, when everyone's getting excited about a particular stock or sector, it's easy to get caught up in the frenzy. But that's when you need to be cautious. That's when you need to ask yourself, is this really as good as it seems? On the other hand, when everyone's panicking and selling off their stocks, that's when opportunity knocks. That's when you can find great businesses at bargain prices. It takes courage to go against the crowd, but that's how you make real money in the market. Look, I've seen a lot of folks get caught up in the hype of the market, chasing after the latest trends without really understanding what they're buying. That's a recipe for disaster. Before you invest a single dollar in any company, you need to understand its value. What are its assets? How much debt does it have? How much cash flow does it generate? These are the fundamentals that drive a business's success, and they're what you should be focusing on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you need to be a Wall Street whiz to figure this stuff out. There are plenty of resources available to help you understand a company's financials, but you do need to do your homework. You need to understand what you're buying before you buy it. You know, I've always found it amusing how much attention people pay to market forecasts. It's like trying to predict the weather 6 months from now. You might get lucky, but chances are you're going to be wrong. The market is unpredictable. It's influenced by countless factors, many of which are impossible to foresee. So, why waste your time trying to guess what's going to happen next? Instead, focus on what you can control, your own investment strategy. Stick with your principles, buy great businesses at fair prices, and let the market do its thing. In the long run, the fundamentals will win out regardless of what the so-called experts are predicting. Let's face it, folks, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and that includes investors. That's why it's so important to build a margin of safety into your investments. What do I mean by that? Well, it's simple. Never pay full price for a stock. Always look for bargains, for companies that are undervalued by the market. That way, even if you're wrong about a particular investment, you've got some cushion to absorb the blow. Think of it like buying a car. You wouldn't pay sticker price, would you? You'd negotiate, look for deals, try to get the best possible price. Stocks are no different. Always look for a margin of safety. It's your best protection against the inevitable bumps in the road. You know, in this world of instant gratification, it's easy to forget the virtue of patience. But let me tell you, when it comes to investing, patience is key. Building wealth takes time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be times when you're tempted to chase after the latest hot stock, or to sell off your investments when the market takes a dip. But resist those urges. Stay focused on your long-term goals, and remember that time is your greatest ally. The market will go up, it will go down, but over time it tends to reward those who are patient and disciplined. So sit back, relax, and let your investments grow. Remember, the tortoise beat the hare, and slow and steady wins the race. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, invest in high-quality businesses. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm talking about companies with strong fundamentals, a durable competitive advantage, and a management team that's honest and competent. These are the kinds of businesses that can weather any storm. They're the ones that will continue to grow and generate profits for years to come. They're the ones that will create lasting wealth for their shareholders. So, do your research. Look for companies that have a track record of success, a strong brand, and a loyal customer base. These are the hallmarks of high-quality businesses, and they're the ones you want to own. You know, it's amazing how often people overlook the importance of management when evaluating a company. But let me tell you, management matters. A great management team can take a good company and make it great. A bad management team can take a great company and run it into the ground. So before you invest in any company, take a close look at its management team. What's their track record? Are they honest and transparent? Do they have a clear vision for the future? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Remember, you're not just investing in a company, you're investing in its people. Make sure you're comfortable with the folks at the helm. Now here's a simple but powerful strategy that can really supercharge your returns. Reinvest your dividends. When a company pays you a dividend, it's essentially sharing its profits with you, its shareholders. That's a good thing, right? But here's the thing, if you just take those dividends and spend them, you're missing out on a huge opportunity. Instead, reinvest those dividends back into the company. Buy more shares, let those shares generate more dividends, and watch your wealth grow exponentially. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it gathers more and more snow, becoming bigger and more powerful. That's the power of compounding, and it's one of the greatest wealth-building tools available to investors. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. You know, that's how I view investing. It's about planting seeds today that will grow into something magnificent tomorrow. These 10 strategies, they're like the tools you need to plant those seeds. They're the principles that will guide you as you navigate the markets and build your financial future. So take them to heart, apply them to your own investment strategies. And remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, be disciplined, and let time work its magic.